one officer, Kaitwai, who was the first that we lost when they were fighting and exchanging in Antibonite. And we did a very honorable send-off, and we still remain to consider him as our hero. And as we are talking even right now, he has been awarded posthumously with a medal because he's part and parcel of this mission. And again, the second one that we lost was just the last 1.5 weeks when we had an accident. When our officers were coming from Kenskov, we had an accident and we lost one officer who, as of today, we are doing preparations on how to repatriate the body back to Kenya. And he remains to be our hero because he died on the line of duty. The last one is the person who is missing in action. One officer who is still missing in action. And as we are talking right now, we put all the mechanism in place to ensure that we get our officer back. Since our deployment as MSS on June 25th, 2024, we have been confident that MSS is a mission possible. Henceforth, we have been duty-bound, guided by a singular objective to help reestablish security and support the Haitian National Police against gang violence and create the conditions necessary for free and fair elections in Haiti. In pursuit of its mandate, the MSS mission has so far disrupted criminal networks and repelled numerous gang attacks, liberating key areas of Port-au-Prince and beyond from the grip of gang violence. Further to this, schools have reopened, markets are bustling again, hospitals, some of them have resumed operations, and families are currently returning to their homes. In addition to the successful conduct of commemorating events, MSS has reclaimed critical infrastructure, including the international airport, seaport, and the Peliguri Dam. These victories belong to the Haitian people. They reflect their hope, resilience, and the shared commitment of our forces, drawn from the Bahamas, El Salvador, Guatemala, Jamaica, and Kenya, to the rebirth of Haiti. As the mission endeavors to keep Haiti safe, observance of human rights by mission personnel remains to be its utmost priority. In July 2025, the mission celebrated 1 year of zero tolerance to human rights violation and sexual exploitation and abuse. This is a great milestone that the MSS is proud of as it continues to adhere to internationally accepted practices as guided by the mission key pillar documents. Since our deployment as MSS on June 25th, 2024, we have been confident that MSS is a mission possible. Henceforth, we have been duty-bound, guided by a singular objective to help reestablish security and support the Haitian National Police against gang violence and create the conditions necessary for free and fair elections in Haiti. In pursuit of its mandate, the MSS mission has so far disrupted criminal networks and repelled numerous gang attacks, liberating key areas of Port-au-Prince and beyond from the grip of gang violence. Further to this, schools have reopened, markets are bustling again, hospitals, some of them have resumed operations, and families are currently returning to their homes. In addition to the successful conduct of commemorating events, MSS has reclaimed critical infrastructure, including the international airport, seaport, and the Peliguri Dam.
I have a job to do.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Fully operational.
Yeah, very fully operational at least 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, welcome to Port-au-Prince. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, welcome to Kenyan Consulate. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So you've seen where we are. Yes.
The county commissioners, wherever, are mostly on upstairs or wherever, that it becomes difficult to get there. And lastly, sir, as we go back to Nairobi, we have a lot we would have shared as persons with disabilities. Imambo ya kuambiwa tu hao watu pia wamekuwa included, kindly tell even His Excellency the President take him our salamu zetu. Hata napiga magoti nikisema, he has met everybody. He has not met persons with disabilities. Kindly. We have a lot to share with our president. We don't know who to tell. We really want to send you. They told me to send you, sir. Tell him we want to meet him. Lastly, as I go, let me appreciate our chiefs, particularly our lady chiefs, that I have taught the constitution by force, by fire, led Wakina Margaret Sagini, Beatrice, Jacqueline, and others, Wakina Tesli. God bless you, Waziri. Kindly. Disabilities are club. You join at any time, anywhere, no subscription, no regulations. It's always there. Learning is a continuous process. You learn even how to lie straight in your coffin. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's appreciate him. Thank you so much, Mr. Nyaribo. Sir, our next speaker will be a women leader. Her name is Lilian Mongare. Lilian.
Our CS, Honorable Murkomen, and the whole protocol observed. Good afternoon. Good afternoon again. Mimi yangu yatakaa tu machache, sababu mengi yameongelelewa. Kwanza kabisa, tuko na shida ya gender violence. Iyo inatusumbua sana. Tunawawa kama kuku kabisa. Alafu tuko na hii watoto wetu wanaturumiwa, wakichukuliwa polisi ama kwa court, tena wanarudi kinyumbani kuongea. Sasa hiyo pia kama mama, hiyo pia tunakasirika, sio mzuri. Alafu kitu kingine ilikuwa imeongolelewa Bwana Murkomen, naomba tu machiefs wetu wanafanya kazi mbali sana. Tunaomba wakati tunaelekea election, tunakuomba ugawe hizi sublocations for easy communication and security. Naomba tu. Asante. Ukienda salimia rais wetu mpendwa, tunampenda.
Asante sana. Let's appreciate Madam Lilian. Sir, our last speaker will be Mr. Omondi, who is a student leader from Nyamira Polytechnic. Karibu.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Mheshimiwa Murkomen, CS Interior. I think nimekuwa privileged sana kuongea na mheshimiwa, sindio? Okay, to the distinguished guest, fellow students na chiefs, habari yenu? Sawa, yangu itakuwa brief sana, sitaongea sana. On behalf of the students hapa Nyamira County, kwa majina naitwa Dennis Omondi. I'm a student from the Nyamira National Polytechnic. Issue yenye tuko nayo kama wanafunzi ya insecurity ni shule zetu huku Nyamira sana hazina street lights. So unapata wanafunzi kama sahii tuko na kitu inaitwa modular. Wanafunzi tunasoma sana kwa stuko. Once umeingia shule, wewe ni candidate. So lazima usome, saa zingine tuna extend mpaka usiku. So unapata mwanafunzi akitoka shule akienda kwake, kuna issue ya insecurity juu kuna giza sana, tuna street lights. Tunaomba kama governor angekuwa tungemuomba, lakini sasa juu kwa hapa street lights ndio tunaomba, at least unaweza ongelesha at least watufanyie. Then the number 2, we have harassment from officers. We have harassment from police officers. Sijui shida inakuanga wapi. Najua students sometimes we do have issues. tukirequest kama wanafunzi, polisi wanatupelekanga mbio sana, mbio sana. Baadaye unajua ni marafiki wetu, so baadaye saa zingine tunapatana na wao, tunaongea, wanatuambia bwana, saa zingine unajua tunapata order from above. Saa zingine pia tukiangalia mfuko tupate mfuko ni babaya, tunakasirika sana, so inabidi tuwachape. Tafadhali waone hata kama ni kuongeza kidogo waongezewe tu. Another issue is drug abuse. At least nilisikia mheshimiwa akiuliza mambo sana ya illicit brew. Tulikuwa na that challenge pale shule yetu sana, ilibidi niingilie kati. Unajua I'm also a student, so I have some other issues. Lakini sasa inabidi niingilie mambo na drug abuse. To an extent nilipigia OCS wangu simu. Nashukuru sana bana mheshimiwa CS. OCS wetu ni mtu ukimpigia simu hata saa ngapi usiku atakuja na ataenda address issue peke yake na officers wake. That's OCS Tanzi. I think he's around. Thank you very much OCS. Ya nne, sisi kama viongozi wa Nyamira tulikuwa tunaomba tu kwa unyenyekevu, kama utatualao ama utapeleka hii mambo yetu pale kwa mkubwa, tulikuwa tunaomba at least wakati wale Gen Z pale juu wana visit the mheshimiwa rais, sisi pia kama Gen Z huko chini wa Nyamira tuitwe pale, tuende tukae na rais, tupige story kidogo. Tusikwe tukirusha mawe na tuambie rais shida iko wapi. Si ni ukweli? Sisi pia tukae chini vile tumekaa hivi, tuambie rais shida yetu ni hii na hii na hii, tunapitia kama wanafunzi. To the governor pia nilikuwa nataka kumrequest, lakini najua kuna wale wanaweza mwambia mimi governor nimemuona leo. Nimekaa Nyamira for some time, lakini nimeona governor leo. Nilikuwa na request kama governor pia anaweza atualao kama students leaders wa Nyamira County tumuone, tupige story na yeye. Then ya mwisho, student councils, we need support. Tunafanya kazi ngumu sana. Hapo nyuma tulikuanga na mambo ya Gen Z wanaenda kwa streets. Sisi hapa Nyamira haikuwa inafanyika juu student leaders tulikuwa tunaambia wanafunzi kwa groups zetu, tafadhali tuende classes, tusiende kwa street. Ukirudi tu kwa nyumba hivi wanasema occupy nyumba ya fulani. Kulikuwa na insecurity to an extent. OCS ananipigia simu usiku ananiuliza Umondi uko salama? Juu tu kusema tusiende street. Tafadhali student leaders wanafanya kazi ngumu sana OCS. Utuone hata kama ni kupiga tu picha na sisi pale, tuko wachache hapa, upige tu picha na sisi before uende Nairobi. Asante sana, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you, let us appreciate him.
In Bomet County to make sure that this issue is addressed. Number two is that this county is among the leading counties in sexual and gender-based violence, particularly issues of defilement are very high. We want to also have a conversation with our chiefs and assistant chiefs on how we can get community support, particularly in reporting these cases. We want also to deal with the kangaroo courts, where communities try to resolve these issues through alternative dispute resolution. This is an area that in the entire Nyanza region is a matter of a great concern. And we will be agreeing with the chiefs and the OCSs and the officers on how best we are going to approach this. But I request also the public to come out and report these cases of gender-based violence and sexual offenses, including defilement. This is a fairly developed area in the country, but we have serious cases of FGM that are even professionals are in support of the same. This practice must come to an end. In fact, there is complacence on the part of our security teams because they believe that it is a cultural practice of the Kisii people. Once the constitution has and the law has, or once there is a law that has been enacted to outlaw certain practices, certain repugnant practices, it is the duty of all the law enforcement officers to enforce it without fear or favor. And I think this is something we will be holding our officers into account to make sure that they protect our children from these practices that are repugnant. On the other matter of land issues, there are too many land cases. of course, competition for very fertile but then scarce land resources leads to a lot of unresolved cases of murder. Some are still pending. There is a concern that we need to work closely with the judiciary to make sure that reported cases are taken seriously and the victims are, the perpetrators are given stringent bail terms, but also that these cases are resolved very fast so that they can help us avert other cases, so that the perpetrators know that when you involve yourself in such cases, you can receive a very heavy punishment. This forum is the other issue, maybe it's the fourth issue that I would like to highlight, is the proliferation of drugs and alcohol, especially second-generation alcohol. There is a lot of it here. There is a particular business lady who has properly been profiled. We're going to take very stern legal action, including using the asset recovery mechanisms to deal with proceeds of crime that are being used to enrich a few people and hurt as many young people in our county and our region. So there is an operation that will ensue, and those people are better advised to desist from that business, but we will do everything to make sure that they are brought before the courts of law. Other than that, there are many other issues that are being dealt with from time to time. There are other issues related to strength of police officers, issues about mobility, administrative units, offices that we will be thrashing out during this Jubala Salama today in Nyamira County. Thank you very much for your time. You have a question?
Yes, Wazir.
Maybe I should not take questions today. I'll take 3 questions. So introduce yourself and the question.
My name is Stanley Ongwai from Standard Group. My 2 questions. One is you've just highlighted the issue of gender-based violence. Just a concern, because the president launched the campaigns on femicide some days back. What have the campaigns made of the issue? Question number 2, you've talked about mobility. We have a serious challenge of mobility in police stations in this area, where we have one vehicle serving so many other stations. I don't know if it's something that you've a plan over, or it's something that you want to hear first and then you act.
Let me start with the mobility issues. I will be addressing those issues during the Jukwa. I'll be very happy if the reporters can be there to cover those issues, including the procurement process that is ongoing for getting 3,000 vehicles so that we distribute among our administrators and the police stations. So that's, I think we have said that over and over again, even the strength, you know that today we have, we were supposed to, but I hope we succeeded to advertise today for the recruitment of police officers, and based on that recruitment, we are going to improve our strength. This is the first recruitment under this administration, and since 2021, we have not had police recruitment. That way, we are going to enhance our strength in the next 9 months when the recruits will have left the training, and I'm sure that we will fill the gap, which has been a big challenge for many of the police stations and police strength. On the question of femicide, is a serious issue. As I said, the President established a task force to work on that issue. The task force completed its work. There is ongoing crackdown and implementation on the issues of gender-based violence. And as I said, it is a conversation we must have as to why in some communities more prevalent to others. What are these cultural practices that are perpetuating these kinds of crimes? What can we do to make sure that we get rid of these heinous acts, especially gender-based violence, which is targeted on women, including FGM, including defilement of kids. Of course, men also are victims of violence. It also goes unreported because of cultural practices, that if a man was to come out to say, my wife beat me, they would be ostracized. And we want to deal with this stereotypes that are so ingrained in society that victims are not strong enough to come out. Some of the cases are as a result of mental health issues, use of drugs and alcohol. So as we do crack down on the part of alcohol and drugs, we also resolve the question of mental health that is also driving some people, spouses to kill each other, and in some cases even young people who are dating just by virtue that you have a girlfriend. We have 3 cases that are related to young boys killing their girlfriends, and this is not acceptable. And so mental health issues also is something that we need to address holistically as a society.
Yes,
The second?
My name is Duncan Brody for Citizen TV. Mostly when we have these murder cases within Busi region, most of the time they are linked to land issues. As a Department of Security, is there something that you think you need to do in terms of making sure that we curb these cases regarding land issues?
Land is true, both in Kisii and Nyamira here, and a few other places, even in Siaya. We established that succession is a big issue. There is a big population, but very small land. So the problem is that families are fighting over who will take over this small portion of land. So succession issues are actually of great concern, and we think that the long-term solution is in the government plan on housing. If there is a region that will be the greatest beneficiary of housing project, is this region, and what is needed is now a plan. I think the Minister of Lands, in our recommendation, should roll out a plan for now land consolidation. People must be willing to own land as companies, as family companies, and then you can live in one area, you can build one tall building. People need to appreciate that the law is in place. Sectional Property Act allows you to own one unit. You don't have to own the entire land. And because of the scarcity of land here, there has to be land consolidation in the long run. And this is something that is done in Kenya. It's not foreign. You go to Mwea, for example, and good parts of Embu, you'll find that Embu and Kirinyaga, those Mwea areas, the people are living in one area and they are farming together jointly to be able to protect the land. If everybody in Kenya will be allowed to continue subdividing land in this manner, we are not going to have a country which is food secure, and agriculture will soon, as an important contributor to our economy, is going to be under immense threat. So the solution is in the housing project. I see some people fighting housing. Housing is not a solution for purpose of just building houses. It is extremely important for us, for our food security, to resolve disputes among communities, that people can have one tall building and live there together and leave the rest of the land for proper agricultural production. Even also going forward, in burying our loved ones, we need to stop this practice that everybody has to bury their loved one in their own piece of land next to each other. We must embrace also the culture of public cemeteries, as it happens in other parts of the world. Some of it, actually, we are told that some of this violence happens around the time the people have lost their loved one. They're wondering where they will bury that person. All those issues. We need to also move out and accept that we no longer have enough land for all of us to bury our loved ones in every small piece of land that we have. We need to embrace the culture of public cemeteries that are well organized and that are well defined and well protected by the county government. The last question.
Procurement.
Yes.
Your ministry, when you're talking, is quite hectic and also very demanding, and that means the National Police Service and even all the other agencies or authorities they are doing a lot of heavy procurement. Ministry, how much is the adoption or the absorption of e-procurement? We've had various challenges, even the deputy president saying his office has been experiencing a lot of challenges. New system, how is it?
No, you know, every new system, this e-procurement system is going to enhance transparency. The most qualified persons to deliver services to government. Remember that we is based on consumption, you know, things that are supporting security operations. We totally support the e-procurement. We definitely have challenges. We will continue having challenges. When you're introducing a new system, you will have challenges. But practically, that means you must adopt the system, then you work on the challenges. I was very happy the other day to approve the procurement plan electronically. So our e-procurement process is ongoing. We will have challenges, we will deal with it, and those challenges to have a better system that is more transparent. Asante sana.
Maybe Waziri, you can talk about the police. That was just announced today.
You didn't hear, I had already talked.